Alrighty then. Alright, so if anybody has a Parker like this, or doesn't have a Parker like this is a model 4000. These things hold like 400 or 550 bushels. They're big. Don't flow worth a shit with wet corn. Soybeans come right out of them. Dry corn comes right out of them. Oats, again, you know, oats don't flow very good without graphite, so you kind of have to graphite them. This particular one has a little bit of an issue right here. I don't know if I'm going to worry about it so much. I might just fill it with like an epoxy or something. I don't know. But anyway, what happens with these when they're out in the weather and stuff gets in there, it turns into a pain in the ass. But anyway, I'm going to put graphite on this like I did the other one, and I'm not brushing it, I'm spraying it. I have an airless sprayer which I can use, and they're quite effective, so that's what I'm going to use. I got to finish blowing this out, but there's a chain here. William just had some fun with it. So the chains are supposed to go like that. You see that? So they come from there to the middle and then down to the bottom, just to hold everything where it belongs. It's to hold this centerpiece from blowing out. Well, there's eyelets, right? And those eyelets, apparently, this eyelet has broke. So I don't have an eyelet for that, right? So I kind of have to make one. This is from wood. This is for use in wood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off of there. I'll cut it off long. It's pretty simple to do. I've got angle iron here. I got to show you what I did there. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life, and this year I'm prepping a lot of equipment for fall harvest for a couple of reasons. I got a lot to harvest, you know. I got a lot to harvest. So, okay. So doing this one-handed is never fun. I guess I could do the FPV thing, but I don't know if I've got that on me or not. Hacksaw. Sometimes mechanical stuff works just as good, or more handy and faster than setting up a grinder or a cutter or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut that end off, and then I'm just going to thread that. I could go and waste the 45 minutes of my time. Waste 45 minutes of my time running to the hardware store and possibly not even getting what I want. So, let me do that. And guys, don't complain about my mess. It's my mess. It's not yours. You mind your mess, I mind mine. I know where most of my stuff is. Anyway, so then you get this nice little kit here. See how nice that was? I knew right where it was. It's a Husky kit. You can get these. I think I got this one at Home Depot. Very nice kit, I will say. So that is, what is that, a 3/8? Not a course, but 3/8 16. About right, right? And that's not in the right spot. 3/8? It's not 3. Doesn't look like 3/8. And I know 7/16. It's got to be a 3/8. What is this, backwards? Oh, that was a 5/16. I grabbed the wrong one, obviously. I think I did. 3/8 7/16. Yeah, that's it. So you grab this guy, put that on there. I really like this kit, just so everybody knows that I really, truly enjoy working with this kit. So let me get my camera set up there. I'm probably going to be doing some editing there, and hopefully everything works well. I do this backwards because I dislike, there's one thing I don't like about this kit, and I hate to say it, but the handle is a weak point. When I first bought this thing, the handle, Cody used it for about 2 seconds, and he pressed down on it and blew the guts out of the handle, and I ended up going back to Home Depot and getting what I needed to repair it, which was a whole new kit. They just said, oh, if it had a problem, don't worry about it, sir. Just go get a new kit and we'll send this one back. And they did. It was no big deal. Because I only had it for like 20 minutes. And they're like, oh, it's not working right? I said, no, the handle came apart. So, that was that. And I'm going to say, as a thinking, that this is about it. So then you flip the switch and boom, she comes right off. Look at that. A lot of guys will work it both ways, but not me. I just throw some lube on her and look at that magic. There it is. Boom. That quick. That easy. And it ain't easy being cheesy. Put her all back together again. Okay, so I got it done. Yeah, it's windy outside today and some stuff blew down from up above, but that is coated with graphite. A gallon and a half of graphite paint. I did both of the wagons. I opted not to mess with that. It isn't going to make any difference. You know, these wagons, hell, this wagon was probably made in the 70s, possibly the early 80s, but yeah, so now it's got some new life with the new running gear underneath it. Graphite paint. I graphited. I put 3 coats on these chutes. You really do have to make these chutes slipperier than hell to just keep the grain moving. This works really good with dry material, dry corn, dry soybeans. It'll slide right in there. If a human being gets in there when this is dry, you'll be able to walk about 2 steps up until the graphite coats the bottom of your shoe. Then you are going asshole over shoe sole in a phenomenal rate of speed, and that will be the end of you for a while. You will just come flying out the bottom because graphite paint is really good stuff, and I'll show you what I use. I've used it for years. I use it on the stack wagons. That's the half a gallon that I did, but it's easy slide, graphite based coating. It's used to be called slip plate, but they call this easy slide now, but it was called slip plate. Slip plate. Yeah, I wonder why they changed it. I get it in a can too. Sometimes you get that and it works pretty good. If you got some small areas that start to wear off or rusty areas, you just go ahead and spray right over the top of that. You can put this on the bottom of your mower deck, so you can put it any place that needs to be slippery. You can put it on plastic too. And sometimes plastic, when it gets wet, it'll become sticky. Well, graphite, it don't matter. It just does its thing. So I'm pretty pleased with the way that turned out. Now I'm going to go ahead and get back to welding. I have to finish welding up these pieces here. I've already got them attached, and I'm just going to go ahead and burn them through. I'm using a 6011 welding rod, and yeah, life's pretty good with that. So I'll go ahead and weld those up the rest of the way. With the 6010, you don't even have to clean the paint off. It burns right through it with little problems. This piece here is galvanized, so it's going to take a little bit more to deal with that. But other than that, I've got the front done. Yeah, so this wagon's about ready to go. My dad wants me to paint them silver with like silver roof paint, but I'm not going to do that. And I did go over to Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply sells Hobart welding materials. This is filler metals is what they're calling it. Hobart filler metals, but this is a 6011 AWS. I know that my nephew is always partial to the Lincoln electrodes, and I am as well, but Hobart is just as good as far as I'm concerned. But I have had welding rods that are absolute garbage. And when I say absolute garbage, I mean they're absolute garbage from a reputable welding supply. They were Hobart, or supposed to be Hobart, but I think they were not Hobart. They were supposed to be Lincoln, but I think Lincoln was spelled wrong. See, Lincoln, it was spelled wrong. What is it? Lincoln? I think it was Lincon. Lincon. Lincon welding rods. I don't know, they were garbage, and I mean garbage, like the worst garbage you could ever imagine. So I'm going to go ahead and weld these up, and then I'm going to paint them with blue paint so that everybody knows that this is my wagon. Yep. Oh, and I want to put this back on there.
Repeat.
My wife, who art not quite in heaven, cannot record at all.
Shut up. My brain is fried with this cold weather. Look at that thing.
Filipinas in the cold don't go to
No, we know, like no weather, no cold, no weather,
No cold weather.
no cold weather for us.
So yeah.
Cold.
Anyway, so I'm fixing a bucket for a friend. Like I said, the first time we recorded it, that this bucket has seen way too many hours. Way too many hours. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the big grinder and I'm gonna grind on that.
You're just gonna grind away?
Well, no, I got the big grinder. I gotta polish this up because I'm gonna weld it, you know?
Okay.
And I want to weld it good, and you got to weld it with, you really want a rod that's kind of flexible for this thing, because like a 70-18 is going to be really hard. It's 70,000 pound tensile strength. So what you'll do with the 70-18 is,
Oh, is that what the number is for?
it's your tensile strength
I see.
is your the first two digits are your tensile strength, like 60-11 is a 60,000 pound tensile strength with and it's just the type of flux that it is that's around on the rod. The flux that's on the rod, you know, the coating that's on the rod.
Right.
So there's different, it could be like the 70-18, 70-18, 70-14s, 70-28s. Those are fast burners. It just makes a difference, and the flux that's on the outside will dictate how deep that rod will penetrate into the steel. So if I took a 60-13 rod, it'll make a real nice pretty weld, but it doesn't penetrate very well. But a 60-11, which is the same steel that's in the 60-13 with the different flux that's on the outside of it, will allow it to penetrate deeper into the root steel that you got, the original steel, and that. So it's going to penetrate deeper to make a stronger weld, a deeper weld. Normally on something
So
like...
the finer the flux, the deeper it penetrates, or no?
No, it's just the different compounds that are in it.
Okay.
So there's different, like, there's all different kinds of compounds that they put on the outside of this rod. So anyways, with a 60-13, if you took a 70-18 and welded this all up with a 70-18 and then went over the 70-18 with a 60-13, they call that a cap weld. So your root weld, or your 70-18, the first weld that you put down, is going to be very strong. It's going to be 70,000 pound tensile strength, but it's prone to brittle, to be brittle. But if you cap it with a 60-13, that puts a softer coating over the top of it, so that it's got that really strong root,
right.
And then the cap is softer, so there's more flexibility.
Flex, yeah.
It makes a stronger weld. So I doubt that I'm going to do, I might do 70-18s. I got some thin 70-18 rods, like 1/8 inch rods. I can burn them pretty quickly. And you don't want to go super hot with this stuff, because if you make it too hot, it becomes brittle. And then I could cap it with 60-13s, and then this will be really strong. What I'm going to do for the cutting edge, because this cutting edge is completely gone, I've got some of this, which is the railing off my Krone baler. This shit is hard. And when I say hard, I'm not joking. This stuff is hard. This is really hard steel. It's like really
Krone
hard.
makes it good.
I thought I had another piece of that was full length.
Found it? Aha! Aha! A finder's keepers. Hooray!
Yeah, if it's the right length, I could just put a whole new cutting edge on for him.
Yeah.
I can use 2 of them.
Oh, that was longer, no?
Yeah, it is. It's never been cut. So what I can do here is this, right?
Right.
I can do this, weld that sucker fast. That'll give them a new cutting edge. It'll make it stronger. And I can cut a piece of that and stick it in there and just weld this on as a new cutting edge, and then put another piece in between here,
Okay.
so that it's so that it makes the whole thing stronger. Or I just go like that, which is not smart.
No,
But in here it would be.
that would be better.
Because I'm not. I don't have. If I had cutting or oxygen for my torches, I would actually just torch that thing off and put a new piece in, weld a new piece in.
Well, why don't you wait till tomorrow? We can get more oxygen tomorrow. They're open.
I don't wanna. And there's a good spot right there. That's it. So I have to get the big grinder off. Somebody's put some goober knot of a shit thing on there, and I have to do that. But anyway, you can turn that off, and I'll figure out how to cut this. I think I can do it with a zip blade or two. Yeah. Let me try with the Sawzall right quick.
What?
Well, I got it cut the right way.
Yeah.
I got it beat.
Where the hell did I put my damn gloves?
Gloves are probably in the car. Poopy. Stoopy. Got an imagination. Mr. Poopy Stoopy over there.
Mommy, this is poopy stoopy.
Okay. I have to shave that sucker off. Ay, ay, ay. Bring out the big boy. My glasses on for this one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. That's a rocky world. This guy will. Well, if you're gonna weld it, you gotta have it straight, right?
It's crooked.
Huh?
Was it crooked?
No. It is not crooked. It is not going to be crooked. I am going to make it straight. See how I've got it?
Derecho.
Huh?
Derecho straight. Oh.
Gotcha. So, got it pressed up against there.
Oh.
So what I'll do is I'll just tack it here, I'll tack it here, and then I'll do the same here. I'll wedge that over here, and then I will take that hammer, I'll bend that lip to it, and I will weld it in place. Then I'm going to take a piece of that, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to match it between here and here. I'm going to bevel cut that, and then lay 70-18 rod and cap it with 60-10 or 60-11. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, they're doing just fine.
Yeah, but we're not all Sasquatches.
You can tell he's nervous by the way his feet are shaking. It'd be all right. You survived, man. Just make sure your dad don't fall on top of you.
That'll be the scariest part. The scariest part is not the whole excursion.
Is somebody over top of you?
No, my father.
Here, can you fly? Like birds from a nest. Alright, fire it up. Let's see if this piece of shit works. I don't think I need to, do I?
I don't think, you were over the hole.
I don't. I like to see what's going up there. Stay back. All right, let's see what happens. I don't think this auger is going to take it that fast. Oh, that's so much nicer. Not bad. Hell of a lot better than the last time.
What do you mean?
Thank God. You can't run it full bore. She's running slow. Need a faster auger. Tell me when it fills. This will not be nearly as bad as it was the last time. Last time sucked. What? Hold it.
It's funny how one side is developed on the other. Ah, it's tilted. Oh, really? Yeah, it's tilted.
Yeah, just that little bit of tilt makes a difference.
Alright, I'm gonna go feed it in.
I will. I will. Hold it. Nah. Hit it. Hold it. Go stand over there. Hit it. Stand back. Whoa, 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 whoa.